What's up, guys? This is the Vinyl Casket. My name is Nick. This is the home to latest taste. Let me just adjust this real quick because I thought I was straight, but I'm not. Okay, there we go. If you don't know, this is my weekly comic book review. I get the books from my pull list at my local comic shop. I read them, I bag and board them, and then we review them. I just took pictures. There will be mini reviews on my Instagram at Vinyl Casket Comics in the next day or so. Little write-ups and stuff. Also, please check out my Twitch and YouTube at Vinyl Casket and the Vinyl Casket. Please follow, subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you're up to. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're reading, what you want me to read, what you need me to react to, trailers, movies, TV shows, anything. I haven't done any reactions or reviews in a while, but I'm working on it. Yeah, that's about my little spiel. We'll get in. So normally we do indies, Marvel, DC. It's a lighter week, but there are a bunch of books that I haven't read yet because I haven't caught up with the series yet. So I was able to find some books that I was looking for. Well, first off, you guys should know by now from my last couple videos that I'm in the middle of catching up with the current Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin lines from Boom Studios. I have not done the stuff that came before these titles since they renumbered from 1. But I know enough from reading wiki articles and the video games and stuff to understand where we're kind of at. So I'm reading the current thing, and I just got issue 16 of Power Rangers. I still have to find 16 of Mighty Morphin that I think came out last week. My shop didn't have it. When I went in this week to try to find it. I picked up issue 1 of Boom Studios' Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer, but when issue 2 came out, my shop didn't get it. And he said it was going to show up, and it never did. And then he gave me issue 3 when that came out, but I didn't want to buy issue 3 without buying issue 2, so I found issue 3. So now I have issue 2 and issue 3 to read. I just got them today, so I can't really review them because I wanted to do this review because the main stuff that I got this week I was all done with. And then finally, the last thing out of this was that I missed out on Angel issue 1. So I got Angel issue 1 and Angel issue 2. So I'm excited to check that out. I plan on eventually... I kind of want to wait until they do hardcovers of the Buffy series, the current Buffy series, the reboot. I think it sounds awesome. I'm going to get the 25th anniversary issue that's coming out. And then hopefully, I know there's one hardcover, but it kind of crosses over with the Hellmouth hardcover, which I want to get. I want to get the Hellmouth. Originally, my plan was to get the first 2 trade paperbacks, and then instead of volume 3, I was going to get Hellmouth because everything that's in volume 3 is collected in Hellmouth. And then I was going to get the rest of them all the way to like 8 or 9. But it's a lot. I do plan on doing it eventually. That was originally what I was going to do. I don't think I'm going to do it. I am still looking for the Power Ranger hardcovers though. And we'll get right into what I did read and what I'm going to review right now with IDW's issue 126 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is written by Eastman, art with Campbell, Tenutica, and then we got Pattison. Really cool cover. This is the second issue involving the Punk Frogs. I'm loving this series. I'm so happy I jumped into it when I did. Art in this issue at first is a little wonky. It's very different. So I'm pretty sure Campbell's the one who's been doing the artwork, but for some reason the style in this book was very different than what it has been the last 5 issues. And then eventually towards the end, I got used to it. But the drawing style of all these characters was very different. But it was fun. It was still fun. It was just jarring at first. Basically, they go after the punk frogs to find out what the problem is. And the punk frogs don't want to talk; they just want to fight. And then I forget the species of those aliens that are Triceratops alien people that are living with the Krang. And then one of them magically gave birth, and one Krang is trying to kill them, and the truth is whatever, and they're trying to contact the turtles. Really interesting story. I like it. I'm very excited to see where this is going. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. We're gonna move on to the last issue of Images Primordial by Jeff Lemire. This is issue 6 of 6. Yeah, so this series has been one of the wildest journeys I've ever read, right? And that's just because it is really trippy. First off, art style here, amazing. From issue 1 to now has just been something I've never seen before. Different styles, juxtapositions all over the place, paneling, the use of negative space, the use of geometric shapes and realism, and then cartoonism, and then all sorts of weird stuff, time jumps. The story elements in here, the visual elements in here are unlike anything I've ever read. Basically, it follows the dog and the monkeys that were sent into space during a space race that went missing, and what happened to them, and how they ended up on the spaceship and went back to Earth, but in the future. And it's very strange. It's very, very strange. At the end of the last issue, the big monkey got shot, so it kind of ties into that. I don't really understand the conclusion. Maybe there's more to come, but this is basically what we have. I don't feel like we ever got a real resolution with what happened to the American scientist that we were introduced to in the first issue. Last issue, I feel like he just kind of disappeared. And I don't know what happened to that. But it's still, I would say this is fantastic. I would still say this is a 7.5, 8 out of 10. Amazing read. Maybe it makes more sense if you read them all at once, but it's leaving me flabbergasted is the proper terminology. All right, on to Marvel. Really light week. We got issue 2 of the Devil Reign Superior 4 miniseries. This is Doc Ock. He took over the Baxter Building from the Fantastic Four and used the technology to go into multiverses and bring other versions of himself that kind of did the Superior Spider-Man thing, but instead of doing it with Spider-Man, did it with Wolverine, Hulk, and Ghost Rider. We get to be introduced to another multiverse version of Doc Ock, where he is Doctor Doom, but also Doctor Strange. So he's the Sorcerer Supreme, but he's the master of dark arts. He's also owns his own, controls his own country, and he wears the mask and shit like Doctor Doom. It's very strange. It's very strange, but he kind of is able to like go in and out of time and transport people to different realities and different Earths, and it's really cool. Because they took this whole thing, which the main title in the first issue made it seem like this was going to really impact the main story. But now it seems like that they're out of the main story and they're just flying around the multiverse doing crazy shit. And the conflict is really interesting. So I'm going to give it a very solid 7. 7 out of 10. It is a really interesting read. You will be very confused if you don't read the first one or the main title. But it's a solid read, and artwork's fantastic. Moving on to issue 8 of XMen. So is this Dugan? Yeah. So this is Jerry Dugan's XMen run. This is issue 8. I don't know how I feel about it. The Captain Krakoa stuff, Cyclops doing it now makes sense. We're back to like the villain kind of mission of the week. which I enjoy. I like that format. I like that whole, hey, there's this problem, we're gonna go solve it this week and this month, whatever it is. I like that. I like that they're still tying it back to the whole storyline with Captain Krakoa and the reporter that was discovering that they're immortal but then got wiped, and we find out who wiped them, and really cool stuff. Pretty solid issue. I have no complaints. I've had complaints in the last couple issues because this storyline they were trying to create, I was like not a fan. I really like the cookie cutter format of just, hey, here's this team, and every month there's a situation. They go into the situation, they solve the situation, and then we move on. There are overarching elements, but the main thing is, you know, it's like a TV show. It's like a power episode of Power Rangers. You go in, there's a villain, they fight the villain, big battle at the end, boom, done. Next episode. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. Pretty solid. Artwork was pretty good. Nothing amazing. I did like X-23 and Polaris and how they were depicted in this. Those are two of my favorite characters. 6 out of 10. We move on to issue 4 of Donny Cates. Incredible. It's not the Incredible. It's just Hulk. Awesome issue. Awesome cover. I don't think I've had any variants so far. But this is just a main cover. Really loving this. So we got to this weird we're in another multiverse. Version of Dr. Banner, and how the world like has these giant robots that hunt down gamma radiation and kill people, and how they're after him, and Hulk goes and fights them in the spaceship version of Hulk and releases all the Fing Fang Foom to fight him. Very interesting. Very interesting. I can't wait to see where Donny Cates is going with this. Artwork is top-notch, incredible. Storyline is mind-blowing. It's different, it's weird, it's unique, and I feel like we've never seen this before. Like, usually, like, I could say, oh, this kind of feels like this 80s or 90s storyline. This feels like that 2000s storyline. I don't know what... This is original. This is completely no reference at all that I can think of. But he is leading to a crossover between his two titles, Thor and Hulk, which I can't wait to see. Interesting. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Fantastic read. Okay. We have issue 89 of The Amazing Spider-Man with this fantastic variant cover. Look at that beauty. Oh, the Red Goblin Queen, or just Goblin Queen, I think she's just called. Fantastic. So we get a little bit more of origin, that she is the therapist, and how crazy she is, and then the revelation that Ben really abandoned them, and Peter forcing himself to get back in action, but Black Cat being against it and tricking him, and he has to get out. And if he can get out of his own spider webs, he can come. So he shows up, they give him the costume, but it turns out it was Janine that freed him the whole time. Really interesting. I really enjoyed this. This was a pretty good issue. I'm not going to complain. I have been complaining about issues that are side stories that have nothing to do with the main story being way better than the main story ones. Artwork sucking in stories that ruin the story for me. Artwork was solid. Story was solid. I like this progression. I really like the Goblin Queen. I really can't wait to see. I know we're getting it advertised a lot in these books. The two Spider-Man fighting. I can't wait. This is an easy 7.5. Beautiful book. Finally getting back on that spinning wheel. Now on to DC. We have only 2 books from DC this week. We have, because everything else I've dropped, we have issue 779 of The Flash with this cardstock variant. I love it. Artwork here, great. I love how they went up against these like Teen Titan level heroes that are now all grown up, and Wally's son gets his powers back, but it still hurts him. But he's able to sense that his dad needs him. They're able to teleport. We find out the girl that they're friends with is Animal Man's freaking daughter. Dude, that blew my mind. I had no idea that was going to be Animal Man's daughter. Oh, her powers are cool. She's a badass. They really did a great job saving Justice League Dark and taking out the villains, and I really liked how they were able to cure Wally's son from hurting, and now he permanently probably has powers, but his wife now might have powers too. 8 out of 10. Amazing read. I love the Flash series. Who is this? Is this Adams? Adams is doing great. I'm pretty sure his name on Instagram is Space Kicker. Follow him. Amazing. And then we have the last issue of this review. We have issue 89 of Nightwing with this phenomenal cardstock cover. Tom Taylor, every week he's putting out heat. This is part 1 of his 2-issue crossover between Nightwing and Superman, Son of Kal-El. Both titles that he's reading, kind of what like Donny Cates about to do with Thor and Hulk. He's doing this with Nightwing and Superman. I really enjoyed it. I dropped the Superman title just because it was a little boring to me. I had dropped Action Comics. And then I just said, screw it. Like this, it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, but there is some kind of event happening soon. So maybe some big storyline that sounds cool. It's going to come out of this. It sounds interesting. There's someone going around and the group of people, they're killing metahumans. They killed a member of the Titans. So Nightwing gets involved. I really liked how Calyx, the robot from the... he's one of Superman's robots. He goes and gets Nightwing, and Nightwing is in bed with Barbara. And artwork here, dude. Redondo is so good. The way he drew all these characters, I like the pacing. I like how Tom Taylor, it wasn't like it's a Nightwing book that just features Superman. No, it is a crossover story that's going to feature both characters heavily and like give you all the story elements. Incredible. 9 out of 10. Amazing book. And that's it. That's all I got this week. We got these that I will eventually review on probably on one of my monthly videos. Like I said, I did one this week, this past week, where I did like a haul / update kind of unboxing video. You can check it out. It's on YouTube right now. I believe it's on YouTube right now. And then, yeah, I got some ideas I'm still working on with this record player I want to do videos for. And yeah. Also, remember, guys, every Tuesday, maybe not this Tuesday, but almost every Tuesday, me, Manny Reads Comics on Instagram and YouTube, and Instagram's very own Omni City Comics release a weekly roundup video on Manny's channel, and then later on my channel on YouTube. Every Tuesday, we do our top 3 picks of the week. We do a huge discussion between them all. We then do a disappointing moment in comics of the week and a top cover of the week. We're doing a bracket every week. We might miss this week because normally the day we film is my birthday. And then during the weekend, Manny is away. So either we're going to have to do that late. They're going to do it without me. We will discuss that at a later date. If not, we'll just update the whatever. Or also, if anyone has any ideas in these comments for what we should title the segment, give it like a group name so it's easier to find on YouTube instead of just the weekly roundup or weekly comic roundup. My idea is the what was it? The Triple Threat Comics, or I don't know. I don't even know. But if you have a suggestion, let us know in the comments. don't be afraid to message me on Instagram at Vinyl Casket Comics or Vinyl Casket if you're into music, and check out the YouTube channel and Twitch at Vinyl Casket and the Vinyl Casket. Follow, subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell. Have a great day, and remember to do me a major favor and stay lame.